So that Warhammer box that you've been fantasizing over for months finally arrived underneath your Christmas tree. I'm not saying who did it, but it's there and you can feel the excitement in your bones. But like, what can you expect? See, today I wanted to make a little video for all you folks out there that probably just got their first Warhammer set and are looking to make their entry into the hobby. But this isn't going to be your classic start here video where I tell you what to get and all that stuff. There's a million of those videos out there and they're all probably better than what I can produce. Maybe. If you're looking for one of those videos, I do have one that I made myself and I'll include some links in the description of some real bangers. But this video is all about what to expect. It's super easy to find all sorts of content helping beginners to paint and build their army, but I feel like I haven't seen a ton of videos on what to actually expect as you go through the whole process of building and painting your little fellas. And let me tell you, you're fucking in for it, man. Whoa there, video goers. Did you know that I'm live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern? Well, it's true, I do be doing that. For real though, it's a great time and we do fun little projects like our friend Pinky Princess here. Basically, chat demanded a pink Gretchen, and who am I to deny the people what they want? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. It really helps out the channel by giving me a blast of sweet, sweet validation. Anyways, back to the video. The first place that we have to start is by saying you're going to be in it for the This is something that even most experienced hobbyists struggle with. The thing is that building, prepping, and painting Warhammer minis is a fucking process. With Warhammer, you do have to prep and build and paint your minis, which, well, that's a lot of things, trust me. It's important to realize this because it's super easy to bite off more than you can actually chew. Experienced hobbyists do this all the time where they end up buying way more minis than they're ever going to be able to paint, even in their lifetime. Now, if you're a collector, that's totally fine, but I think a lot of folks end up becoming unintended collectors through questionable spending habits. I wouldn't know anything about that. Basically, my point is that you should avoid accumulating too much stuff before you move on from your initial purchase. This is extra important for new people because you don't even really know if you like your army yet. You could get your box and find out that you really couldn't be fucked to paint 2,000 points of Thousand Suns trim, and maybe you'd like to try something else out. Or maybe you finally get your first game and then you realize that your faction isn't playing like you wanted it to.
Is losing fun? Is losing fun?
No.
Basically, just don't buy a ton of stuff until you're sure that you're going to love it enough to paint a lot of it and play with it. And that brings me to my second point, which is... So, to illustrate the point, let me act out a little scene from my life where I go into one of my local shops to buy some paints and have a sobering interaction with the store owner. So is the paint all I can do for you? Yeah, I just got my first box of Space Wolves. I'm super excited. Oh, nice. What box did you get? Oh, I just got the Start Collecting box. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but I think I can probably get it done in like a month. Yeah, sure, man. Mike eventually did finish his Space Wolves box. Only it took 5 years instead of his estimated 1 month. Joe was correct and Mike was very, 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 very wrong. See, what I did there is not manage my expectations, which led me to sound very silly and also led me to be very disappointed, which is what I want to focus on for new people. If you're just getting into the hobby, first off, welcome. If you're not new and you're just here to listen to some hobby advice, also welcome. Secondly, we need to address the land raider in the room, which is that Warhammer is time consuming. And we talked about that a little bit before, but I mean, it's really, really time consuming. To put it into perspective, professional painters painting to their highest ability for things like Golden Demon and big comps will spend hundreds of hours on a single piece. And that's just one piece. Now, for the rest of us mere mortals, minis usually don't take that much time, nor should it, but you should still be expecting to put in a lot of time into your fellas. Straight up, depending on the size of the mini that you're painting, you can expect to spend anywhere from 2 to 4 hours on the average battle line mini. Speed is also kind of dependent on skill level too. I'm of the mindset that speed painting and army painting are skills in and of themselves. So if you're new to the whole process, don't feel bad for being inefficient or struggling through certain parts of the process. Speed will come, just take it at the pace you're comfortable with. The reason I bring this up is because it's very easy to get discouraged by slow progress, and I just want to tell everyone that you're doing great, honey. Seriously, we're not in a race, and it's so unbelievably normal to take a very long time painting your minis. You just have to stick with it and chew away incrementally, and remember that it's not you, it's the minis. The next part about managing your expectations is quality. God, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard the whole, oh, I can't do Warhammer, I suck at painting, or no way I could ever paint X model, I could never. Stop it! We do positive self-talk on this channel, so say something nice about yourself right now. I got a fat dumpy. In many ways, I feel like we as mini painters suffer from like porn dick phenomenon. Now hear me out. Much like porn, whenever we look at advertising or most mini painting content out there in the whole wide world, it's done by like the top 99th percentile of miniature painters, like really, really good and talented people. And I feel like this kind of causes us to get into our heads about our painting abilities, which is really unfortunate. It's fucking absurd to compare yourself to the 99th percentile, especially if you're new to the hobby. And you know, this isn't me telling you to disregard the masters of the hobby, because studying high-level work like theirs makes us better painters. But where we let ourselves down is when we start feeling bad that our Mortarion isn't Richard Gray's. Okay, maybe we can feel a little bit bad that our Mortarion isn't Richard Gray's. It's really fucking cool. If we step back and look at the vast majority of mini painters out there, we're all thoroughly average. In fact, once you get out there and play some games, you'll realize that even having a fully painted army can be a rarity. So I would consider any time that we can actually get paint on a model to be an absolute triumph. And that's why I say the only bad mini is an unpainted mini at the end of every video. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that as long as you got paint on your model, you're good enough and kind of ahead of the bell curve as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that will wrap up this week's video, and thank you so much for dropping by. I'm still kind of like trying to find my niche as a creator, so let me know if you like this style of video or if you just prefer me to shut up and paint minis on the internet. The next video, it will probably be more normal mini painting guides or something like that, so just stay tuned if that's more your cup of tea. Anyways, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, the only bad mini is an unpainted mini. Peace.